Hi, my name is Rosie Barron and I am the owner of Gibson Group Management, and we are a local property management company here in Fort Lauderdale, Florida. And this is a two-part video, and we're doing the top 10 mistakes that landlords make when they're managing their own properties. We see these mistakes all the time. Okay, so the first one that I see very often is that they never raise the rents for the tenant. Often they have the same tenant living in the unit for many years, and they're just scared of raising the rents for whatever reason. They feel that if they raise the rents, the tenant is going to start calling for maintenance. But the fact that the tenant is not calling for any maintenance doesn't mean that there's no maintenance to be done inside the unit. Maybe the tenant is not calling because they don't want the rent to go up. So you can see how it can be a very slippery slope here. You always have to raise the rents every year or maybe every other year so that the tenant gets used to the rent increases. Mistake number 2 is that they never do interior inspections. I've heard landlords tell me, I'm scared to go inside the unit. It's your property. You should not be scared to go inside, okay? And doing periodic yearly inspections, okay? It's not like you're gonna go in every month, but you're going once a year. It also gives you the opportunity to make sure the tenant is taking care of your unit, note for any maintenance that may need to be done, and also confirm that the tenant is not a hoarder or that they have 10 dogs or 10 cats inside a one bedroom or so on. Please do inspections. We conduct inspections on all of our units at least once a year. Mistake number 3 is that they let the tenants make their own repairs. So the tenant calls the landlord and says, hey, my toilet is leaking. The landlord said, okay, can you fix it and take it off the rent? And guess what? Every month thereafter, there's gonna be a repair to be done. And the tenant is gonna be taking more and more money off the rent. And then next thing you do, the landlord is gonna have to pay the tenant to live inside the property. So please do not let tenants make repairs. Often I've seen them, they're made wrong. They're not made up to code. They cause more issues. And then it creates a cycle of deducting money from the rent. So don't do that. Mistake number 4 is that when they get a new tenant, they don't run an application, background check, or credit report. This is crazy for me because they basically, I've seen landlords say, what's your name? Okay, well, here's some money, here's the keys, here's the property, I'll see you next month. And then you don't even know who's living in your property. You don't know the tenant, you don't know where they work, you don't have their social security, sometimes they don't even do a lease. So please don't do that. That's a huge mistake. You need to know who's living in your property, because the more people that are living in your property as the landlord, the more liability you have. So you need to always know who's living in there, okay? And then mistake number 5 is that they give breaks to tenants. So what happens is they like a tenant for whatever reason, and then they let that tenant pay late. They don't charge late fees, or they cut breaks to that tenant, but not the other ones. And guess what? All tenants talk. They all talk to each other, especially in a multi-family complex. If you have a duplex, triplex, they're all talking. So when they know that you're not charging late fees to this tenant, but you are charging them, that could be a huge discrimination issue. It could be a fair housing issue. You don't even know the things that we've seen when landlords are favored to one tenant over others. You have to stay, we stay partial to everybody. We don't cut breaks to tenants, because if we cut break for one tenant, we have to do it for everybody else. So please, if you have any questions about any property management in South Florida, please reach out to us. We'll be happy to help. Thank you.